Welcome to the World News. I'm Randolph Jamias for Stories Today. At least 11 people were killed and more than 75 injured on Thursday when two buses crashed into a lorry in western Venezuela. The crash occurred on a highway in the western Venezuelan state of Zulia at 5:30 a.m. local time. Survivor Erwin Carrasquero could not hold back his tears as he recalled the horror of the collision that killed two of his friends. Local media reported that the buses were traveling to the Venezuelan capital Caracas to transport passengers to a rally in support of ailing President Hugo Chavez. Meanwhile, a 19-year-old carpenter is lucky to be alive after a team of cardiovascular surgeons in Argentina successfully removed a nail lodged in his heart on Tuesday. The nail accidentally shot from a nail gun while the young man was at work in a lumber yard, entered through his sternum and pierced the right heart ventricle. Director of Patient Care, Dr. Juan Frago Meno, said that it was a remarkable case. Surgeons were able to extract the 8-centimeter nail in an operation that lasted 2 hours. He said that the young man is out of danger and should be released from the hospital in the next 48 to 72 hours. Turning to other news, up to half of all the food produced worldwide ends up going to waste due to poor harvesting, storage, and transport methods, as well as irresponsible retailer and consumer behavior. The world produces about 4 billion metric tons of food a year, but 1.2 to 2 billion tons is not eaten, the study by the London-based Institution of Mechanical Engineers said. In developed countries like Britain, efficient farming methods, transport, and storage mean that most of the wastage occurs through retail and customer behavior. By contrast, in less developed countries, such as in sub-Saharan Africa or Southeast Asia, wastage mostly happens due to inefficient harvesting and poor handling and storage. The United Nations predict global population will peak at around 9.5 billion people in 2075. Rising food and commodity prices will drive the need to reduce waste, making the practice of discarding edible fruit and vegetables on cosmetic grounds less economically viable. Governments should not wait for food pricing to trigger action on this wasteful practice, but produce policies that change consumer behavior. Poorer countries, on the other hand, require significant investment to improve their infrastructure.
We've been blessed by having cheap food for quite a long time, and when food is cheap, perhaps we become a little bit more fussy than we might otherwise be. But that's not the case now, and we're living with the consequences of waste in our rising food prices and the pressure that puts on low-income families.
So what we're saying today is that there is a new normal of high food prices. Just in the last year, we've seen wheat and maize increase by 25%, and that's having a real impact on children's lives. You already know that around 3 million children are dying every year as a result of malnutrition, and we think the food price crisis this year, but what could also happen next year, could make that situation much worse.
Now, as China looks a bit more of consumer-driven economy, manufacturers are trying to move away from cheap products and more towards a stronger brand image. Here's the report.
Made in China is everywhere. As China continues the transformation of its manufacturing sector, the world's factory is now trying to build a stronger brand identity. But getting recognition and respect takes time and effort. The Made in China label is often associated with cheapness and poor quality, and that's the main challenge faced by manufacturers. Launch is a Chinese company that was among the first to get a head start in the U.S. market. The auto diagnostic tools and aftermarket equipment maker is now among the top 5 in the industry. Launch has long been dedicated to building a strong brand image, and the company is well aware that it's not all about price. Xu says the company's success comes from reliable quality and a sound service system, the two things necessary for a strong brand image. It's a concept that's widely accepted by overseas Chinese companies. John Zhang from Trina Solar says customers always buy on trust. Gan says marketing ability is also a vital factor. Trina is now one of the top solar panel providers in the U.S. PX Sports have tapped into the U.S. market through a partnership with the NBA. The company agrees that employing local marketing staff can be effective, but it's even more important to tailor your product to local needs.
The most difficult thing for us now is how to make our products more suitable for consumers. The U.S. market is big, but in different areas, people have different buying habits and preferences. In addition to good branding and a popular image, we have to offer suitable products to our consumers.
Peak has already established a special design department for the U.S. market. Insiders say building a proper brand image is also about bridging cultural difference and overcoming communication challenges. Zhang Lu, CCTV, Los Angeles.
Next up, imagine a computer, paper thin and flexible, with the ability to interface with other sheets of electronic papers on your desk with just a bend of a page or a tap of a corner. The sci-fi vision is close to reality, and one is making its debut at this year's Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. Plastic Logic unveiled this week a prototype of its PaperTab tablet, with the goal of changing the paradigm behind the way we use computers. The company, which specializes in polymer transistors and plastic electronics, has teamed up with Ontario's Queen's University research team in creating the futuristic paper.
Well, what we're really trying to show is a desktop scenario where you have multiple displays on the desktop, and you'll be able to transfer information between those displays using different interfaces and different sensor technologies.
The tablet is powered by an Intel processor. Anish Tarun explained the simplicity behind it.
To give you an example, if you take a look here, I have my email inbox in here. And I want to be able to read my email while also want to keep an eye on my inbox for a new email. I can do that by simply taking this empty sheet of paper and tapping it and picking up the email that I just got. Now, I want to reply to this person by sending them a photo. First, I just bend to reply. I pick up the photo that I have, and I just tap it here, and it gets attached. Now, I just bend it, and the email gets sent. It's as simple as that.
Before everyone gets too excited, Plastic Logic believes the technology behind electronic paper is still 5 to 10 years away from finding its way into most computers and tablets. Surfers are flocking to a fishing village in Morocco's Atlantic coast, now selling itself as a top surf destination, while also seizing the opportunity to clean up Tag Hazard's beaches and raise concerns about the environment. Fleeing the gloom of northern Europe in search of warm winter waves, surfers are flocking to a fishing village in Morocco's Atlantic coast, now selling itself as a top surf destination. The ocean breakers at Tag Hazard swell to 4 or 5 meters and are usually at least 300 meters long, making it the country's best surf spot. Morocco's first surf festival in late December caught the attention in particular of board riders fed up with the ice and cold of the northern hemisphere winter. Add to that the blue skies, mild winter temperatures, the sea averaged 19 degrees Celsius during the 3-day festival, and an international airport at nearby Agadir. There is plenty about Tag Hazard to impress sun-deprived surfers. And in golf, Tour rookie Scott Langley fired a bogey-free opening round 62 Thursday to take a one-stroke lead at the Sony Open, the first full-field event of the new season. Langley finished his round with 6 birdies and an eagle after sinking a 55-foot putt at the par 5-9. Dustin Johnson, who powered to victory by 3 shots at the Tournament of Champions on Tuesday, bogeyed his last 2 holes to open with a 70, while US Open champion Webb Simpson carded a 66. Don't go away, we'll be back for more.